guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and every January I do a testing new NYX makeup video. They always launch their spring collection early on in the winter, and every year I end up trying them out and making a video about it. This year, however, I decided to change it up just a little bit, and I am going to be trying out 6 new drugstore spring makeup launches. So I do have a couple NYX things in here. I have a Milani, a Colourpop, a L'Oreal, and an Essence. So if you guys want to hang out and see a couple drugstore spring makeup launches, then just keep on watching. I'm gonna get this big one out of the way because I'm actually not trying it in today's video, but this way I can include it in a speed reviews in the future. But I am going to be trying out the Bioma Milky Oil Cleanser. I love my e.l.f. cleansing balm, but deep down I really prefer a cleansing oil because it's just easier to just pump a couple pumps out. It's just easier. It's less messy. So I am looking forward to trying this out. I'm going to try it out as soon as I finish up the e.l.f. one that's in my shower right now, but I will talk about this in a future speed review, but it's just massive and I want it off my vanity. And then just a couple quick house cleaning things. Just a couple quick ones. I know I have been harping on this for the past couple months now, honestly, because it got pushed back once. But as of filming this video right in this moment right now, my mom is currently in surgery. With that being said, you may hear my phone vibrate or go off during this video. It's because I have to have my sound, I can't have it on silent because they're gonna call me. So that way I don't miss a call or anything like that. Why not give myself a little bit of dopamine while I sit here and wait to find out what happened with my mom's surgery, you know? So that's why we're filming a new makeup video today as opposed to just like a regular tutorial that I was originally planning. Anyways, first things first, I have a concealer to try on. So I'm going to jump back off really quick and I'm going to put on my primer, corrector, foundation, all the normal stuff that I do, and then I will be back to try out the concealer. Foundation on, everything ready to go. The concealer that I'm going to be trying today is the L'Oreal True Match Serum Corrector. The other side has English. I was like, why the fuck is this all in French? Oh my god. It is the L'Oreal True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. It has 1.5% hyaluronic acid and caffeine. So, I got the shade W3. Here's hoping. It is a very interesting doe foot applicator, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how pigmented this is. So we're going to start with that and then see if I need to add more. The applicator is really nice for like getting right up in here. I will say that this does feel like the type of concealer that needs to sit for a minute. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead too. And then I'm just gonna use a sponge to blend this out. It feels good. The shade match is nice. And I did put like my standard corrector and stuff underneath my eyes. I always do that. When I'm trying new makeup, I don't want to like change up my routine too much. One thing I will say is, especially this time of year, my under eyes do get, or my skin in general honestly gets really dry, and I do have like issues with certain concealers just like burning underneath my eyes. Once I blend them out, it's totally fine, but this one did not burn underneath my eyes, so that's very nice. It looks good. It's not too like heavy looking. It matches my everything perfectly, which is a delight. We'll see if it like creases up or anything while I'm applying my cream products. We'll see how it sets down, all that good stuff. The worst part about this time of year is that my coffee never stays warm. Next up, I have 2 cream bronzers because I couldn't choose. Okay, so first up I have the Colourpop Bronze Stick. I chose the shade La Jolla Cove, which is the lightest shade. I also maybe possibly chose the La Jolla Cove because I do live in San Diego. But I'm going to swatch this one right here. That's a nice shade. Very creamy too. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do kind of miss having a bronzer stick because it's so much easier to underpaint with a stick as opposed to with like a pot. And then next up I have here something with tape still on it. There we go. Next up I have here the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. So I use the Milani Cheek Kiss blushes, so I'm excited to try a bronzer. This one is in the shade Hey Honey. Put that right next to it. So obviously they're different applications versus, oh, my grandma's calling me. Okay, so while I was on the phone with my grandma, because everyone's like, what's going on? Have you heard anything? I did build up the Milani one just a little bit so they were a little bit more even in like application wise, because you know, rubbing a stick versus dipping your finger and rubbing it on, there's two different application techniques. So they are definitely different colors. I like that the Milani one is very neutral. I like that. So I'm gonna use both of them. And while I don't typically bronze my cheeks normally, I'm gonna do it today so that I can use both of them. I'm thinking Colourpop on my forehead and Milani on my cheeks, kind of more so as like a bronzy contour situation. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna start out with the Colourpop one, and I'm gonna apply this the same way I always do, which is with a velour puff. So I'm gonna start out by just putting a little bit on the velour puff, tapping it in. I mean, I already know that I like the Colourpop blush sticks. The only reason I don't have any in my collection right now is simply because of the fact that the one that I had was like super old, like way old. It was like one of the first cream blushes that I bought, and it was years before I got into cream blushes. So it had gone bad. But that's nice. It's really nice. It's not like overly pigmented. It's not too much. It's a really nice color as well. It's not too warm, not too cool, not scary pigmented. This one could definitely easily be applied with a brush and it wouldn't be like too much. I just personally prefer velour puffs, mostly because they're like the easiest thing in the world to clean, you know? Like, I literally I wait until most of mine are dirty and then I toss them in a laundry bag and I toss them in with my clothes and I wash them in the washing machine and I dry them in the dryer. So this is gonna be a yes for me. Let me smell it. It smells like makeup. Not smelling anything. Let me also wipe the bronzer swatches off my hand before I get them somewhere they don't belong. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna take the little handle and I'm gonna flip this bitch over because I like to use the corner for cream blush, and I'm still gonna do a cream blush. So I'm gonna take the other side. I'm just gonna press this in here, pick up a little bit, and bronze like the backs of my cheeks. This one strangely feels more pigmented on application, but also a really nice color. Not too warm, not too cool. It's blending like effortlessly. Big fan. Okay, I'm just gonna use Milani one. It's like a little bit of a nose bronze contour situation. Okay, really quick, I'm just gonna go put on a cream blush because I don't have a new cream blush to try. I'll be right back. Okay, next up I have here the Essence Mickey and Friends Bouncy Blush. I have the shade Never Grow Up. I will say that it is broken. It is what it is though, it's not that big of a deal. Super interesting formula. Very annoying noise when I go to swatch it, but super interesting formula. It almost feels like the Colourpop Super Shocks. Like it has that, like, you can see, you can't actually see, but you can like push your finger into it, hence the word bouncy. But it's a very pretty, like, peachy pink with a little bit of like a gold reflect to it. And this was the one thing that I swatched before I filmed because I needed to see how I was doing my eyeshadow. And I did check to see that I could apply this with a brush. I wasn't sure if I should technically use it in the cream bronzer place or as a powder. And it worked just fine with a brush on the back of my hand with nothing on my hand, so should be good too. It's definitely like applying very sheer with a brush, which I'm fine with. I wouldn't say it has a matte finish, but I would say it feels more like a powder than a cream. That's for sure. Okay, and I'm not going to use a blush topper today. I'm just going to probably go back in and touch up my blush with that as well. My under eyes did crease just a little bit, so I'm going to just bounce back over them with my sponge. And then I'm going to go apply my powder bronzer and set down my face, do my under eyes really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, I just sprayed my, like, I'm done with all my powders spray, so my face looks very wet for being fully set, so ignore that. I have 2 new lip products to try from NYX. What I think I'm gonna do, let me just show you guys first. I have the NYX Duck Plumping lip gloss, and then I also have the NYX Slick Click Fat Oil lipstick. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the Duck Plump one now while I finish up my eyes, put on my eyebrows, all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna apply the Slick Click, because this is definitely like a little bit too cool toned for this, but I want to see how plumpy it is. So let's start here. Oh, that is, gave you the old Dairy Queen swirl. Doesn't smell like anything. Oh, that is thick. Okay, there's way too much on here. It's a very thick gloss, I will say that. Pretty color though. I mean, it would work with this. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. I hate that. Ew. Okay, I can already tell that that's more than likely gonna be a no. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I swallowed a little bit, it's spicy. I'm gonna keep filming, and I'm just gonna do my eyes. Those are the words I'm looking for. And if I start to feel anything crazy with the plumping or anything, I will speak up. I have like 4 different people texting me being like, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? And I'm like, no. First of all, it's only been a couple hours. Second of all, y'all are making me nervous, feeling like I should have heard something by now. So now I'm like, do I call them and ask them myself? I wonder if I just put too much on, and that's why it got a little icky. I mean, it's definitely burning. I would say compared to the Essence Plumping lip gloss, which I do love, this is not nearly as burny. My grip strength is trash when my hands are cold. I'm combining being a little bit anxious, plus coffee, plus like my grip strength not being good. My brows are a little difficult today. Okay, so it's still doing that like line shit. It's not my spit. Oh, I did not do a good job shaving this eyebrow last night. I was in like a really bad pain flare last night, and I could not get comfortable for the life of me. So I finally just hit a point where I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. And at like 9 p.m. and I woke up at 11:30 and I felt better. And I was awake for like probably 30-45 minutes, and I knew I was filming this video, and I was like, okay, well, I'm like awake. And I went in the bathroom for something, and I was like, let me just handle my eyebrows so I don't have to deal with it today, since I knew I also needed to wash my hair. So I don't know why I'm surprised that I didn't do a very good job shaving at 11:30 at night after having taken a 2-hour flare nap. The most wild part about the whole thing is though, is that I went back to bed at like midnight and I slept until fucking 9 a.m. I mean, I woke up at like 5:30. I texted my mom a couple times, but okay. I think it has reached the max amount of burning that it's gonna do. Let me wipe this off and put on a little bit of lip liner. Definitely did leave behind like a little bit of a residual burn. Okay, so this is the NYX Fat, oh shit. Probably a good thing I got up. I didn't realize that my feet were as asleep as they were. So now I'm sitting on pillows. This camera is so weird. The battery has 3 lines, and the first line, I can make it through 2 videos, usually. And then once it hits 2 bars, I have about 3 minutes before it'll hit, hey, I'm about to die. And literally in that last clip where I said, oh shit, I stopped filming. I like turned the recording off. By the time I stood up, the battery had died. So it doesn't, it's got a weird setup for it. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I have here the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shiny Lip Balm. This is in the shade Hits Different. And by the way, the Duck Plump was in the shade Bang and Bear. There is still a residual burn for my lips. So Hits Different. Let me click. So this is going to be the type that you only want to click it up just enough to use and not more because you can't push it back in. But if I remember correctly, Hits Different was clear with like a bronze glitter in it. I will say this, I can definitely feel the glitter. And now obviously this isn't going to look clear on my lips because I do have lip liner on. It also kind of looks like the glitter is pretty like strongly throughout it. So it almost tints it just a little bit, but it's pretty. I can definitely feel the glitter, but whatever. It's pretty. This doesn't feel as hydrating as like the Tarte one, which is the only other one of that style that I've used, but it's definitely hydrating and it feels nice. And it's not doing the gross thing that the Duck Plump one was doing. Oh, shit. Lashes. Duh. I knew I was forgetting something. I think I was just so focused on the camera not dying. Lashes on. Everything's done. Quickly, I just want to give an original, like a first impressions, I don't know, wrap up. I do enjoy this. I actually think that it's set really nicely underneath my eyes. It doesn't look heavy. It just looks nice underneath my eyes. I'm excited to keep using this. Very excited about the 2 bronzers. I think that they look really good. They set down really well. They just overall look really nice. The blush, while it is annoying that it is broken, also looks really good. I'm excited to have this in my collection. I don't know that that'll last like a super long time in my collection. Just, I don't know if it's gonna spoil faster than like your standard, but we'll see. I'm gonna have to use this again and see if maybe I just applied too much, like what the deal with that was. If it keeps doing that like gross, like liney thing, it's definitely not gonna stay in my collection. But I mean, in terms of plumping, it definitely felt like it did a little bit of something, but at the same time, like it wasn't, I don't know, like it was okay. Let me see. And then as for this, I do think this is really pretty. It's nice, it's affordable. It's pretty standard, honestly. Like, it's not something that's incredibly revolutionary. It's clearly a drugstore dupe for some high-end things that came out last year, like the Tarte and the Makeup by Mario, but overall, like, it's nice. It's a nice lipstick, and I could see it being a good drugstore alternative to those higher end ones. And that is going to wrap up my testing some spring makeup launches. Comment down below and let me know what spring makeup launch you're interested in. I would love to hear all about it. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!